There's no reason why. Maybe you can't afford the coach who charges $1,000 an hour. Maybe you can afford the coach that charges $50 an hour or $100 an hour or whatever your budget allows. And what type of coach do you need? What area of your life are you wanting to dial in? General life coach? Are you looking for someone specific, a nutrition coach, a health coach? Are you looking for a jiu-jitsu coach? Are you looking for, right? What area of your life are you wanting to hone and refine? So, and that's another great question is what areas do you want to work on? What areas do you want to work on right now? How serious are you about growing and changing right now? If you don't make time, right, it's not going to happen. Making the time investment and the financial investment, you are worth it. You're absolutely worth making that time and financial investment. EQ gangsters, super excited about this episode. I recently just finished up a professional coaching certification training to become and receive my professional coaching certification. And it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time. But the training, the 30 hours that I've received were absolutely phenomenal and life-changing. It was with a group of about 18 to 20 other leaders, senior leaders in their fields. Many of them were senior Air Force personnel. One gentleman was the senior first sergeant in the Air Force. And then also, I think, went on even to be a sergeant major or whatever, the chief master sergeant, I guess is what the Air Force calls it. And it was phenomenal. It was amazing. Get a chance to meet him and a number of his peers and other senior leaders, just to interact with them, all pursuing coaching and training on being a coach. Now, for those of y'all, some of you may know, some of you may not, I've been coaching people for over 2 decades, probably 24 years now. I've been coaching people. So I have tallied up probably 7,000 hours coaching people one-on-one, and then another 3,000 hours in a group coaching session or setting, like group facilitation, probably another 3,000 hours doing that. And I say that only to say that I have got a lot of time coaching people. This was my first formal training on being a better coach and being a more effective coach, and learning some more tools, adding some more tools to my tool bag, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I'm so thankful that I was able to receive this opportunity. The organization, for those of you all that may be interested as well, the organization is called Flatter Inc. And it's just like it sounds, Flatter, Foxtrot Lima Alpha Tango Echo Romeo Inc. And they are amazing. I met the owner, a gentleman by the name of J.R. Flatter, and also, so he's the founder of the organization, and they train coaches. He's a master coach, I believe. He's got a PhD, and I want to just share some thoughts about coaching and coaches. First of all, before I jump into the details and ask some questions about coaching and the coaches that you've had in your life, I want to just thank you for being a part of the journey, the EQ, gangster journey. We started out as EQ for Entrepreneurs. We have recently gone through a rebrand, and we're still kind of going through a rebrand. We're almost about to launch our EQ Mafia. What? For those of you that are watching on YouTube, and you can see the sign I have here. And of course, I've got the EQ Gangster sign back there as well. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of this journey, this emotional growth journey, and adding EQ Gangster to your own fitness journey, your own emotional fitness journey. And then for those of you all that are wanting to take the next step in your emotional fitness journey and participating in the EQ Mafia, that will be opening up very soon, very, very soon. I'm hoping in the next week or so, which will be super. I can't wait for you guys to check out the content that we already have in there, and also just to see the brand and how the vibe and the feel of the EQ Mafia. It's going to be a transformational tool in your emotional fitness journey. And I'm so excited for those of you all that are ready, willing, and able to take that next step and participate with us. I'm really looking forward to being a part of that with you all. And for those of you all that have already been a part of that journey, it has been a blessing to grow alongside of you all. And I have learned so much from you all. Okay. And you can find us on, of course, all the podcast platforms, YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook. So, have you ever had a coach? Have you ever had a coach? When did you have a coach? And it could be I don't even mean necessarily a life coach, but even basketball coach, volleyball coach, tennis coach, jiu-jitsu coach, any kind of coach. When did you have a coach? How long did you have those coaches? It might not even be a bad idea. Here's the application for this particular episode. I'm typing my notes in here because this is an idea that just hit me. So this would be a really fun, powerful exercise. Do a coaching audit in your own life, a coaching audit. List all the coaches you have ever had and go back as far as you can, back into your elementary school days. List all the coaches you've ever had. Do like a spreadsheet. In the next column over, do the time frame. What periods of time did you have them as coaches? And was it a year? Was it 6 months? Was it 3 years, 5 years? How long did you have them as coaches? And then, what impact do those coaches have on you? On a scale from 1 to 10, how impactful were those coaches? 10 being tremendously life transformational, impactful, or 1, not at all. Or maybe even negative. They had a negative impact on you. What lessons did you learn from them? Why were they so impactful for you? Do you currently have a coach? Why or why not? Do you feel you're operating at your max potential right now? Are there areas in your life where you want to dial in but have not been able to dial in on your own accord? Why haven't you been able to dial those areas of your life in? Would a coach be a force multiplier or combat multiplier in your life if you invested in a coach? So if you're not operating at full potential, why wouldn't you take time and money to invest in a coach for yourself? Do the top business people, athletes, and artists in the world have coaches? Absolutely. Every single one of them, the top entrepreneurs, the top business folks, the top athletes, the top musicians, artists, they all have coaches. LeBron, I've read articles, LeBron James invests $1 million a year into himself. Russell Wilson, another, probably Hall of Fame quarterback, $1 million in himself, in his own well-being. Tom Brady, arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of football, $1 million+ a year just in himself. He's in his 40s. I want to say early 40s, maybe 40, maybe 41, 42. And the guy is still, he won the Super Bowl last year, if I'm not mistaken. Why is he able to still operate at the highest level of football in the, arguably one of the most important positions in football when the peak age is typically late 20s, and he's still crushing the game. He takes care of himself. He has surrounded himself. He has invested in himself by investing in subject matter experts that can help him continue to keep his body operating at peak performance. Now, obviously, they have financial resources that most of us don't. However, the principles are still the same. There's no reason why maybe you can't afford the coach who charges $1,000 an hour. Maybe you can afford the coach that charges $50 an hour or $100 an hour or whatever your budget allows. And what type of coach do you need? What area of your life are you wanting to dial in? General life coach? Are you looking for someone specific, a nutrition coach, a health coach? Are you looking for a jiu-jitsu coach? Are you looking for, what area of your life are you wanting to hone and refine? So, and that's another great question is what areas do you want to work on? What areas do you want to work on right now? How serious are you about growing and changing right now? If you don't make time, it's not going to happen. Making the time investment and the financial investment, you are worth it. You're absolutely worth making that time and financial investment in yourself. I encourage you, find a coach, shop around. You may have to shop around. You may have to talk to a number of different coaches that fit you as a person, that align with your values, and also financially that fit your financial budget as well. The difference between where you're at and where you want to be could be a coach that could help unlock areas within you that can help take your life to the next level. I was talking to a gentleman tonight. He's mid-30s, very, very successful entrepreneur already, has a number of different businesses, has done over $1 billion in commercial real estate. And just talking with him tonight, he is excited about this new relationship with me and another gentleman that could possibly help unlock, and some of the things that we're working on could help him unlock some areas of his life that he didn't even know he needs unlocked that could take him to the next level. And I'm not saying that I'm going to be the one that could help unlock that. This other gentleman who's involved as well could absolutely be able to unlock gifts inside of this guy that could help take him to the next level. But the power of a relationship, and maybe it's not even a coach yet. Maybe you're not ready for a coach. What relationships? Who do you know? Do you know somebody, a friend, a family member that is further along in life than you in a particular area of your life that you could reach out to, that you could ask a few questions to? Don't waste their time. If they are further along than you in a particular area of their life than you are, that you want to grow in, don't waste their time. Be intentional. Prepare a list of questions. Take notes or ask if you can record the conversation, or do it on Zoom and ask if you can record the Zoom. And take notes. Review those answers that they say. If you ask them for financial advice, you ask them for business advice, you ask them for relationship advice, for health, fitness, jiu-jitsu, whatever it is, take notes. Don't ask the same question multiple times over the course of multiple engagements with them, because you want to respect the time. So here's a cheesy quote that I love. It's powerful. What you respect, you attract. What you disrespect, you repel. What you respect, you attract. What you disrespect, you repel. If you disrespect their time, you will repel them. If you respect their time, you will attract them. Respect your own time as well. Again, come prepared to that meeting. Maybe even send them questions ahead of time. What questions would you like them to answer for you? And so anyway, just some things to be thinking about and chewing on. And then ask yourself, what value would that have on you? Right? That's another big one. What value would a coach have on your life right now? So for me as a coach, again, I've been coaching for 25 years. As a coach, I view myself as a miner of precious gems and hidden treasure. I am passionate. I love discovering leaders' gifts and strengths and talents and superpowers. It is an absolute passion of mine to mine leaders, to discover aspects about leaders that they don't even realize about themselves, or how to take their gifts and talents to the next level. An absolute passion of mine. It's a privilege for me. It's a privilege for me to go on that exploration, that adventure, that treasure hunt, if you will. You may be the next Einstein, or Harriet Tubman, or Rosa Parks, or Elon Musk, or Pablo Picasso, or Martin Luther King Jr., or a Beethoven, or Tom Brady, or whatever. Again, I don't know your gifts or talents or areas of interest or passion. You could be world changing in that area. You may have undiscovered hidden talents that have not been discovered yet. Or maybe you're like me, where you know what your strengths are, but due to your low emotional intelligence, you always self-sabotage. That was me. That was my camp. I had an idea of some of the areas that I was gifted in, some strengths that I had, but and there's a section in the Bible, Matthew 25, 14 to 30. It talks about the parable of the talents, the entrepreneur. That's one of the cool entrepreneur stories in the Bible, where that small business owner had 3 employees, and he goes on a vacay to the Maldives, to those cabins over the water that have the glass see-through floors where you can see right down into the ocean. I've not been yet, but I've seen the videos and pictures. So he went on his vacation. He gave to his top employee, he gave him $5,000. It's 5 talents, but $5,000. His second employee, he gave $2,000, 2 talents, and his third employee, he gave $1,000 or 1 talent. I'm just making up the $1,000. I'm just using that for a phrase that we can all relate with. And he came back after a few weeks of vacay with his wife, comes back, and maybe it was a month he was gone, and the first 2 employees, the one that had invested $5,000 and $2,000, they doubled the entrepreneur's investment in them, doubled it. And as a result of them doubling his money, what was the reward or benefit? He gave them more responsibility. He increased their responsibility. The first 2. The third guy, who got $1,000, what did he get? Or what did he do with $1,000? He buried it in the backyard because he was afraid of the master, because of fear. That has been my life for the majority of my life until my recent emotional fitness journey, and God healing a whole bunch of areas of my life emotionally. So you may be in that camp. You may be in the camp where you know your gifts and talents, but you're insecure. You deal with imposter syndrome. You self-sabotage. You have self-hatred, self-condemnation, just like me. And this is the first time I told the guys I was doing a brainstorm with earlier this evening on a new exciting project that I'm working on. We're going to be working on together. It's the first time in my life, after many, many decades, a number of decades, that I feel like I can be the 5 talent guy, the guy who is able to double the gifts and talents that God has given me. Finally, I'm not doing any self-sabotage anymore. I'm not doing any, self-condemnation and self-hatred. Not that I don't, doesn't occasionally. There's still a little occasional, it'll pop up every now and then, but not near what I used to deal with. And now I have the tools to deal with it. Before, I would just get choked out by my self-sabotage, and I wouldn't even realize I was doing it. I did not even realize that I was even doing that to myself. So what is the value? What could the value of a coach be in your life? What areas, again, would you want to work on? So a coach could also help you discover your purpose in life. What would that be worth to you? Mark Twain, 2 greatest days in a person's life: the day he was born and the day you find out why. Love that quote. I've had some amazing coaches throughout my life. Some have been life-changing. Others have taught me the kind of leader I don't want to be. They've been very emotionally unhealthy. Both are valuable lessons. How do coaches pull out your hidden treasure? For me, it is through powerful, effective, insightful, deep, challenging questions. A question, the right question at the right time can absolutely change your life. The right question at the right time could absolutely change your life. So that's how I like to do it as a coach. It can help you view yourself through a different lens and challenge you to do some reflection and digging that you've never done before. One of the other powerful benefits of a coach is it forces you to invest in yourself. When is the last time you've spent 30 minutes, an hour and a half, once a week, once a month, just thinking about your gifts, strengths, talents, and superpowers and how you can unlock them to bring your gifts to the world, to be world class at and make the world a better place? When is the last time? When is the last time you've done that? So just that by itself is value add. Just taking that time to, slow down, stop all the distractions, all the social media and the phone and the pace of this world, and just slow down for 30 minutes, an hour, and just have someone help you do some internal digging into your gifts that you're to bring to the world. So that's a huge, powerful investment by itself. And you're worth it. You are worth the investment. Your gifts are worth the investment. Do you even know what you're capable of? Have you ever taken yourself out for a test drive and open it up all the way? No governor. Take the governor off, put it in fifth gear, put the pedal down, and seen what you're capable of, what the possibilities are. Do you even know? Are you even aware? Is that important to you to know? Find a coach that can help you reach your full potential, can help you unlock, again, your gifts, the greatness, the beauty, the power, the love, the joy, the talents that you have, that you can be world class at, to bring to the world, to make the world a better place. The world's greatest have coaches. Why not you? You have greatness within you. For those you all that are ready to take your emotional fitness to the next level and get 2 times a month, get coaching from me and also some guest speakers that we're bringing in, go to eqgangster.com. We also have a free course there, an overview on emotional intelligence. Check that out as well. Again, you can find that free course on EQ 101, an overview on emotional intelligence, and find out more information on the EQ Mafia at eqgangster.com.